have to be a good boy. I have to stay in the show, and I have to be, take care of the celebrities. Incredible celebrity, so good to have you here. You look amazing, celebrity. What a great prank you played backstage, celebrity. You're so funny, Willem Dafoe. I swear to God, I do not know why I just threw him out of the bus. He is a lovely guy and a great actor and funny, all those things. It's just, it gotta laugh so fucking. I'm going full on against Willem Dafoe right now. Fuck Dafoe, man! What do you mean woo? What, you don't woo that? It's terrible what I'm doing. He's a good guy, an esteemed actor, beloved by everyone. But I love that it's gonna get back to him. There's a lot of negative shit out about you there right now, Willem. Where? I don't know. It started in Los Angeles last night. Your career's over. You know what I also love? I love getting away from wearing the suit. You know, I gotta wear that suit. And I love that I get to dress the way I want to dress. Okay? This is my look. This is my look. And I'll tell you something. I have a name. I have a name for this look. I call this look hip biology teacher. I'm the high school biology teacher that sells you weed after school. I coach the girls' volleyball team, and I've been asked not to. True story, I was in the dressing room just before I came out here, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, shit, I look like Indiana Jones accountant. He goes with Indiana and just says things like, we can deduct the whip. I also get to talk about when I do the show, which again I love doing, I have to talk about so many other things, but when I do this, I can talk about myself and I can reveal a few things to fans that have maybe known me for a long time. Things that you may not know about me. For example, I have, that's a weird thing to do. I can reveal intimate things about myself. That before. You'd be a terrible therapist. I need to talk about something right now that's pretty intimate. I do this thing that's a true story. I wear a lot of jackets, and I wear jackets that break up my waist, and I do it for a reason. I have some body shame. Don't act like, yeah, we know. When I was 13, 14, I had this incredible growth spurt. And my legs grew and grew and grew and grew, and my torso never did. I have the legs of an NBA center, and I have the torso of an 8-year-old girl. And she's not even a healthy 8-year-old girl. She was born in the early 19th century. Her name's Molly. She's got rickets. She's not going to make it. I know you think that I'm exaggerating right now, but I'm not, and I will prove it to you. This is my true proportions. Look at that. This is me walking around. Look at that. I And so I'm learning a lot about myself. I just revealed that. That was very, I think, intimate. I made myself very vulnerable. I'm going to go even further, and this is an absolute true story. Last summer, just a couple of months ago, I went to see my doctor, and my doctor said that one of his specialties is doing DNA studies, you know, and finding out what your ancestry is and finding out who you are. And I don't know if anyone here's ever done that with 23andMe or anything, but wow, shockingly uncurious crowd. I don't care what I am, I'm amazing. I don't need to know. Well, I wanted to know. And I was like, you know what? I do want to know. And he said, okay, all I need is a sample of your DNA. So I gave him a sample, not what you're thinking. I ejaculated into a cup. He said, you can just spit, and I said, no, I'm good at this. This may be what I do. He said, well, we could at least not be in the waiting room, there are people here. I said, I like a crowd. We get some better magazines out here, U.S. News and World Report ain't getting it done. But to cut to the chase, 8 hours later, he had his sample. That's 2 hours of crying. And this part is absolutely true. 2 weeks go by, and my doctor calls me up. And he says, Conan, I have never seen a result like yours before, and I've been doing this for almost a decade. I said, all right, what's going on? He said, you are 100% Irish. 100.0. And I said, well, huh? And he said, I've never seen that before. I've seen 85%, I've seen 90, I've seen 91. I've never seen 100%. I was like, what does this mean? You know, what does this mean? So I said to him, well, tell me, please tell me, what does this mean? And he said, just like this, what does it mean? It means you're inbred. Because the people on the Irish continent have been mixing it up, you know? The Lucky Charms leprechaun is 11% Spanish. So, here's the question. My people have been in this country for 150 years. How am I 100%? So I looked into it. And I talked to my parents and everything. And it became clear that my people, most people, they come from Ireland, they go to New York, and then they go to Boston, and they spread out. They go to different places. Not my people all went directly to Worcester, Massachusetts. Don't you dare woo Worcester. Go back and have another look. Trust me, and that was a sad woo. That wasn't even technically a woo. That's the sound if you take off the lid on a sarcophagus for the first time and you lean on a mummy's chest and a 2,000-year-old bubble of air works its way out of its dried out lungs, past its dead, decaying lips. That's what Worcester gets. So my people moved to Worcester, they all moved to one house. And they just hang out in that house and they marry each other for 150 years. That's how you get me. And that's why all of this makes sense. The legs and the wanka wanka wanka. International symbol for chest penis. This is joking, this is chest penis. And then I realized, here's the sick thing, my brother brothers are marrying other 100% Irish women in this modern era and having children that are like 130% Irish. They look like those little kids that got on the Titanic like, oh, we're off to the world and love the whale. It's insanity. My brother Luke's wife looks exactly like my brother Luke. I've actually never seen the two of them in the same place at the same time. Oh, you want Elsa? I'll get her. Oh, you want Luke? Oh. It's a bad sitcom. But here's the good news, ladies and gentlemen. I stopped the madness. I stopped the madness. Yes, not this guy. I didn't do it. After 150 years, I changed it up. That's right. Let me tell you about my wife. I married my wife 16, 17 years ago. She's been the best thing that's ever happened to me. I love my wife. Gotta love the wife. 50-50 say. I didn't look into it. No, I love her. Best person in the world. And so I married my wife. And let me tell you something. I am the maddest. Let me tell you about my wife, ladies and gentlemen, okay? My wife is 50% Irish, 25% Scottish, 25% Welsh. And in my family, they act like Conan got jungle fever. What's your line, man? Conan went loco. There's so much more to being Irish than just my DNA. There's so much about the way that I've been raised, the culture that I grew up in as an Irish American in Boston, that informed who I am. And it really all revolves around my mom. My mom is a superhero. I love my mom. My mom, let me tell you about my mom. She was one of the first women to graduate from Yale Law School. And she did it. Full scholarship. My mom came from Worcester, Massachusetts, and don't you dare move. And her dad was a traffic cop. And it was sad because they had a traffic light. Oh, there we go. But he earned like $55 a week. My mom put herself through college and it was one of the early women to go to Yale Law School long before Me Too movement or anything. She was kicking ass and taking names. And because my mom worked so hard and she educated herself and made herself such an impressive person, it was the most important thing to her in life was that her children be classy. And she would always tell us, we are not cheap Irish. There are 6 of us. 6 of us. You will not be cheap Irish. You will be high-class Irish. And then she had these terms that are real terms. She said, you will be lace curtain Irish. All right. And then once she said, we will be 2 toilet Irish. That's a pretty high bar. Choice of 2 places to shit. We are not. And she tried so much. She wanted us to dress. She wanted us to dress like the Kennedys. For some reason, I dressed like Ethel, but she wanted us all to dress. And she wanted us to behave well. And she was, my mom's so dignified when she speaks. She talks, she's so dignified. She's a lawyer. And we tried, but we didn't really try. And we kept failing. And we kept dragging my mom back down. And it all sort of came to a head one day in Brookline, Massachusetts, right on the Boston line, and my mom is on the phone in the kitchen. Now, millennials, bear with me. It's a wall phone. And this is back in the day when cell phones were connected by a wire, a cord, if you will, to the wall. That's what we called a cell phone back then. And my mom was on the phone in the kitchen and she was talking to a client. She was saying, well, yes, she's using her high-class 2 toilet Irish voice. Yes, we'll take care of that. Of course, we'll take care of that. And I can have the documents sent right over. Yes, well, of course. Yes, of course, we can get that stamped. I'll have a notary. She's doing that thing, okay? We are in the kitchen with her, and we're acting like animals. We're hitting each other, we're punching, we're biting, we're scratching. Some of us are starting to get attracted to each other, and it's in the blood. My mom needs to keep us quiet. She's on the phone. She's got to keep us quiet, but she's pinned to this. The cord is only this long. She's pinned. She can't move. She also can't yell, like, be quiet! If she does that, the whole jig is up. And the person she's talking to on the line knows we're cheap Irish. She's got to do something. And we're smooch, we're fighting. And my mom just can't do anything, and she's trying to get our attention. We're not looking at her, so she decides, I will find the nearest object and lob it into the center of the room, and that will get their attention. They'll look at me, I'll do that, they'll shut up. Or, So she looks around, and the only object within reaching distance of my mom is a potato. I swear to God, a potato. And it's sitting right there. And so my mom, I remember this like it was yesterday, my mom picks up the potato, and what she wants to do is just lob it into the center of the room, into the center of the kitchen, get our attention. But she's uptight. She's with the client. She's pinned. She can't move. She doesn't want to blow it. She's uptight. She tosses the potato too hard. It goes over our heads and smashes through the window. The neighbors outside, the Sices, the Millers, the Sturdies, they're all outside having a party. Like there's a lot in there, and they hear yelling and screaming from the O'Brien house. They hear a window smash, and a fucking potato comes crashing through the window. That is so on the nose. That's like there's a fight at the Italian house, and a meatball comes sailing out the window. There's a fight at the German house. Sauerkraut goes flying out. And that Swiss family Robinson's fighting. A cuckoo clock comes smashing through the window. Everyone saw it. Everyone saw it. They didn't forget it. They teased us. Ah, Tantra Boy! There's Tantra Boy! We gave up after that. We took 2 toilets and we put them on the front lawn. Sit there. Defecate. Wearing little leprechaun hats. Like, screw it. But I survived my childhood. I survived this disproportionate body. I survived all those things and got to have one of the best jobs in the world. I love my job. As I've said many times, I love my job. The only thing about my job that's interesting is you probably noticed we have a celebrity-obsessed culture. Our culture is just obsessed with celebrities. So people, when they talk to me about my job, they'll say nice things about the comedy, and they'll say, oh, and you get to hang out with celebrities. And I say, well, that's interesting, because I do. It's fine. I like hanging out with celebrities. It's cool. It's fine. On the show. Because there it's like a theater. They come out, they sort of know what they're going to say, I sort of know what I'm going to say, and then, I don't really get to know them, they don't really get to know me, and then it's over and they get in a black SUV and they drive away, and I go, good night everybody, and it's clean. It's a clean interaction. What's weird is when I bump into, and I've made a few friends, but for the most part, I don't know a ton of celebrities personally. I don't really know them. The weird thing is when I bump into them in real life, and they don't know me, I don't know them, and yet we kind of are supposed to know each other, because they've been on the show, and we've acted like we know each other, and it's freaky. And the best example I can give of this is when I was doing the late night show in New York, I got up, I used to go see a therapist. I said used to because problem solved. I used to see a therapist on Tuesday mornings, and so I would go to the Upper East Side, and there's one of those places that you've seen in New York that used to be a townhouse, but now they've taken half of it, and there's an incredibly narrow, incredibly expensive coffee shop. It was right next to my therapist's office. So I got there, and I was a little early, and I thought, I'm gonna get some coffee. I go into this very narrow coffee place, I get my coffee, okay? I give them $600, and I get my coffee. I co-sign, the bank gives me a note. And it's such a narrow coffee shop that they have a narrow, you've probably seen those, a narrow little ledge and a couple stools. And I get on my stool and I slide it under and I have my coffee and I'm blowing on it to cool it off. I haven't even had it yet. And all of a sudden the morning rush comes in and people come filing in behind me. And it's narrow, so people are pushing up against me. The counter's right here, they're getting their coffee. And someone big, can't help it, but they're leaning against me and I'm uncomfortable. And and suddenly I just turn around and look up, just as that person looks down at me. And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I can see in his eyes, like, just panic. Because he's been on my show and he's supposed to know me, but he doesn't. It's early. I'm supposed to know him, but I don't. He's looking at me and I'm looking up at him. Right? I had my, I'm frozen. I don't know what to say. No one knows what to say. I look deep into his eyes, and I will tell you there's not a lot going on in there. There's 2 wooden wheels slowly turning, and in the background you can faintly hear Edelweiss. Neither one of us says anything, and it's awkward, and I don't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do, and then he decides to go for it. And this is exactly what he says. Coffee! The hell do you say to that? There's no answer to someone correctly identifying your drink. What do you say to that? And I'm staring at him, so I say nothing, and he's staring at me, and Arnold decides to double down. Coffee in the morning's good. And so I just said, yes, coffee in the morning is good because, and I can't think of it, and he says, it's the caffeine. It wakes you up. And in that moment I realized, Stephen Hawking probably predicted this. Schwarzenegger ever went into an incredibly narrow coffee shop in New York and didn't know what to say to each other and started talking about coffee, it would last for all time. Civilizations would rise, they would fall, billions of years would go by, stars would die, new stars would be created, and we would still be there. I would never see my children again, I'd never see anyone, because he can't move, I can't move, we're wedged in there, and I thought 1,000 years from now, he's going to be like, yes, they soak and mash the beans. I don't know what to do. I think I stabbed him in the forehead to get away from him. Which doesn't hurt in Arnold Schwarzenegger, by the way. I've seen him walking around with a mini knife sticking out his forehead. I have thought sometimes that possibly, just possibly, that was a long time ago, he probably has a flashback. He's probably walking through an airport and someone's taking him to his flight and he passes the TV and maybe, just maybe, Turner is showing, TBS is showing a quick promo, watch go ahead, and he sees my face for a second and whoever he's with is like, it comes from Colombia primarily! What are you talking about? Realized I'm up here and I'm doing a cartoonish, possibly offensive German accent with this good friend of mine who's on the tour, probably listening to it all, Flula Borg, and I feel a little self-conscious. Flula, I hope it's okay. I don't know where Flula is right now in this part of the show. Flula?
Yes, hello Colin, I'm here.
Where is here? Where are you exactly? I'm just curious. You were there the whole time? Why do you have an American Girl doll?
You gave this to me.
I gave it to you. I know I gave it to you on tour, yes. We were in the Midwest and I bought you a Kid Kittredge, yes.
Kid Kittredge and Depression era Cincinnati,
yes.
Ohio.
Yes. The question is, why do you hide underneath the table? Why do you do that?
During your performance, I don't want to tumble your feet, camel your toe.
Your doll just got bored with what you're doing.
We're back.
Yeah, okay, so you didn't want to distract from me.
Yes, do your thing, make your magic.
Did you hear what I was doing when I was doing an accent?
Oh, yeah, we fell asleep a little bit, it sounded like you were screaming True Lies.
Guess what? That was me doing an Arnold impression.
You shot all of the... You don't what?
That was me.
That was very good.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, yeah. And before, as a movie star, that you said something about Edelweiss?
Edelweiss.
Yeah.
Love that song.
Oh, I love it so much.
Was that a big part of like your childhood?
Yeah, my mother would, when she did hear it, she would just weep and weep and weep. Yeah.
Your mother would cry when you sing
It's
Edelweiss?
very beautiful, yeah. Would you like, would you sing it?
Would I sing Edelweiss? I don't think this crowd would want to hear me sing that. Alright, I'll do this. I'll sing Edelweiss because as everyone knows I have a very high and pretty singing voice. I will sing Edelweiss and I will sing it I'd like to sing it in the original German. Okay? Now, I say I'd like to, but I can't because I don't speak German. I don't speak a single word of German. But my fake German is passable. So are you cool with that? If it's just a quick Edelweiss and fake German, are you cool with this?
That sounds very good.
Okay, that's my only... The two things I'll tell you is that it's fake, and the other thing I just do need to mention is that halfway through, for reasons I don't understand, it turns into Hitler. So I think we're good.
Sorry, what was
Don't worry about it, it's fine. We're gonna enjoy this. Here we go. Riesenstein prägt ein Fein, Brust ich dein Acting Fauder, Schlitz und Hand, frei und schaum, prägt ich dein Acting Lauder. Schaut zu den Frieden und dein und dein, Frieden schaut und schau ins Leiden.
Helt klart.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, gib die Schriftheit und Powder, ja!
I like the beginning very much, yes.
I've been talking about a lot of stuff that's true. One of the things I did, and it is very true that I love doing this tour, absolutely loved it. One of the things that's made it special is I've always liked, when I can, trying to draw attention to young comics who I think are incredibly innovative, who are doing an amazing job, and could maybe use just a little bit more of the spotlight. This tour is about that. So, we have food aboard. Very much love. Our first guest out here tonight, our first guest comic, is hilarious. She has such an original voice. It sounds weird, but I'm so proud of her. She's such a great comic mind, and I wanted to bring her out here tonight. She has been on my show. She crushed it, and I just can't say enough good about the absolutely wonderful Taylor Tomlinson. Let's put our hands together.
Like, this is where they put all of us. We got some actresses laughing at that.